is the USA's all-time leading scorer in Olympic competition. Welcome, KD. Four-time NBA champion Steph Curry will make his Olympic debut this Sunday versus Serbia. Steph is a two-time FIBA world champion. I'm going to ask each athlete to open with their sentiments on arriving in Paris for the games after 3 weeks of training camp and 5 exhibition wins, and then we will move on to questions. So, KD, do you want to get started?
Yeah, grateful to be in Paris, one of my favorite cities in the world. Olympic Games is always a fun time of year. Looking forward to playing with some of the best players in the world and against some of the best players in the world, and also supporting other athletes around the country, around the world as well. So thanks for having me.
And Steph?
Yeah, excited. It's my first opportunity. Be playing with the guys on the men's national team has been awesome so far. I know the energy in the city is pretty electric right now, and it's only going to continue to get better. So I'm excited to experience this, and obviously hopefully go win a gold medal and enjoy the entire experience of being an Olympic athlete. So very excited to be here.
Of all your accomplishments, experiences, how do you reflect upon knowing that you're about to be floating down the river representing your country at these Olympic Games?
I mean, I've been imagining what that'll feel like forever, really. Just 'cause, again, it's my first time. I've seen these guys. KD's his 4th time doing it. So, like, just you imagine the excitement of representing your country, being a part of the opening ceremony, festivities. I know it's very unique here, being on the river and being a part of, just the scene in Paris. So I'm excited about it all. And like Katie said, to be with the other athletes that are representing our country as well in all the different sports and events. That's where you really get juiced, knowing, who you're representing your country with, not just in basketball, but in everything else as well.
In three-point shots. I imagine that shot is muscle memory for you at this point. The international line is different, and I'm asking this question to a guy who can shoot the three-point shot from half court, I know. But have you noticed just the subtle difference between the international line and the NBA three-point line?
For sure. There's you talk about muscle memory. I know where I am in relation to the line and on NBA courts, and you have a certain relation to that and a certain familiarity. It's a little bit different, or has been, I should say. Just, you're toting up on the line. You might shoot a couple a little long just because you're not used to it, but I think we're past that now. Having played 5 games already, practices, and just getting used to the dimensions on the court. At the end of the day, you try not to think about it all. It's wherever you catch it and shoot it, you got confidence to knock it down. So going into the competition with that mindset, for sure.
It's opening ceremonies is a special event. You get to see all the great athletes around the world represent their country, and the pride that you have for your country just goes to another level. So I'm excited. We haven't done the boat on the river yet. We usually walk around the stadium, so it'll be a new experience for me. I'm looking forward to it. Each day has been getting better. Just checking things off the list. Another practice today, practice yesterday, another intense practice today, and I'll see how I feel afterwards.
Yeah, it's when I guess the experience of playing with a guy with his level of IQ and his game speaks for itself, what he's been able to accomplish on the court, and his style of play matches well. A guy that can dribble, pass, shoot, and being able to work off of him, it's been pretty seamless just because you usually try to just make the right play and something good will happen. We haven't had this guy out here yet as well, so I'm excited to put it all together. There's a lot of different skill sets on our team. We've seen what Lebron's been doing in the last couple of games, especially closing out games. So the chemistry is pretty natural. And again, you just have confidence. Whoever has the ball, you make a play, be yourself, and hopefully something good comes out of it. And that chemistry's been there so far. Hopefully it continues. I'm gonna ask some of the vets for sure how they kind of moved around, with the schedule. Obviously, you want to make sure you're primed to play your games and getting your rest and treatment and all that type of stuff so that you can maximize your performance when it's your turn. But on an off days or off hours, try to get around to events that kind of pique my curiosity. I want to see some gymnastics, some beach volleyball, some swimming, and like you get juiced up watching other athletes compete at a high level, and I think that's contagious. You don't want to just sit in your hotel room and watch it on TV. So I plan on finding the appropriate times to get out there and be a fan as well.
Yeah, as far as the Olympic Village, I think, last few times I've done the Olympics, we've spent our fair share of time in the Olympic Village and kind of felt like part of the group there. I mean, usually we stay outside of it, but when we get our time right before the opening ceremonies, we get our time to walk through the village, and as we go into other sports as well, we get to walk through the village, so I think we get enough time there.
All right, we'll go Joe.
I mean, you compete against guys, and like you said, we have histories as teammates and won at a high level. There's like first is the respect of what everybody's done in their careers. When you compete against people, you play with them, you see them in different aspects throughout your NBA journey. You learn a lot about people, and that familiarity only helps us in this situation because one, everybody's going to approach it the right way, prepare themselves mentally, physically to be able to hoop and come with the right energy of we just trying to win. And then, like, I know how hard he works because I've seen it up close and personal for those 3 years, and I know the level that he's trying to get to competitively to be his best self and why he's all-time leading scorer in Olympic history. So you thrive off of that preparation to give you confidence, like, hey, we're here for business, but we're also here to continue to learn from each other. And I think that familiarity only helps us, take advantage of this experience. And so it's been cool to, especially from a coaching perspective, to see how, everybody's different voice and approach brings the best out of, their respective teams and why they're here. So I enjoy the experience for sure, and just knowing that we're all about winning, and that's why our careers kind of speak for themselves.
Yeah, I just feel like you're familiar with these guys and just pick up where you left off, and that's the cool part about the Olympics is, a lot of other teams have chemistry and continuity, and then we can lean on some of the stuff that, obviously us playing together, playing under Coach Kerr, you see Bam and his coach here, Lebron, all these guys he played for here. So, that familiarity is going to help us out going forward, and hopefully, we get some good results from it.
I will lean on these guys because, like, I don't know. I have an idea of, again, what I want to do as a fan and being able to support the other athletes, but it always a learning experience for sure, being your first time. But I know there's like those times throughout the day where you get your work in, you get your treatment, you make sure you're prepared, and then the rest is allowing yourself to be free to be a part of the Olympic experience as a whole. And I think that'll be contagious to enjoying being in the moment. Like we say, be where your feet are when it comes to enjoying the games that we get to play too, because it goes by quick. It's only 6 games, hopefully, to win a gold. So, yeah, I'm leaning on these guys. I'm excited to hear his answer to this question, how he spent the last 3 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always look, say we can do all things. You get a lot of energy when you come out here. So, you get energy to play, obviously, but you want to go support other sports and other athletes that you may know, and it just works out. Like I said, the energy level is high, and you kind of feed off of that, to be honest.
So they haven't brought it up or like tried to talk trash or
It'd be
anything?
wild if Jace, every time he walked in, just like the champ is here, he announced himself. Nah,
We got
that would
champs
be
on the
wild
team.
behavior.
Yeah, exactly. We got champs on the team. They just the most recent one. But you can see their chemistry pretty easily. Those 3 have are team players, and they respect the game. So they're not coming in bragging or anything like that. But you respect what they've done.
As people that have won championships before, multiple, what type of advice would you give them as far as moving forward and trying to pursue a second one?
I wouldn't give him any advice. None.
Straight up.
They have a great team, so I'm sure they're already thinking about what it's like to repeat. But that's tough to do in our league. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
As such veterans. And Steph, just to speak to that lovely video of the nomination for LeBron to be flag bearer, what that meant to you to do that, and if you had a moment with him about that at all.
You tend to just stay in the moment and realize this is a special time. Like you said, you don't know when you can get these moments back. So try not to reflect too much or think too far down the line. And it's just been cool being around all of these great players and seeing them in a different element outside of just being competitors. Finally, as teammates, you kind of, you always got that competitive fire, but it goes down a notch when you're playing on the same team and you're competing against others. So it's been incredible. I mean, I haven't played yet, but just being on the sideline, on the bench, I've got more energy than I've had, in the past. And I hate not playing, but just watching these guys and seeing how they operate, it's just been incredible.
And him being the flag bearer, like, I know he started his Team USA journey back in 2004, so it's been 20 years. And just the body of work has been awesome. So to be a part of that nomination and then to actually come through and have that acknowledgement with the team, to kind of let him know he got it, it was special, it was cool. And for all of us to understand, like KD said, the moment, that's another piece of symbolism of what we're trying to do here. So I was happy to be a part of that announcement with him. And again, it's the respect that we all have for each other and what we've been able to accomplish. And for Bron, that's a pretty big deal.
Not only the three-point line. How do you feel about it? Is it difficult to adapt? And just can you tell me a few words of Royal Ivy that you used to play with him? What do you think about what he's doing with South Sudan? Thank you.
My approach is just like it's basketball at the end of the day, regardless of where you are. I mean, it may be a couple rule changes, but at the end of the day, the concept is still the same. So try to keep that approach. And Royale is just a brother to me, somebody who's impacted my life in different ways, even outside of the game of basketball, and to see his leadership and where he's taking this South Sudan team is exciting to see. It's major for their country. It's major for him as a young coach as well. And, secretly I am rooting for them just a little bit, except for when they play us. But, he's done a great job thus far.
You can benefit from this whole experience.
And just as much as you can play on that big stage is only going to help your confidence. And as much pressure as it is for him, they're expected to do a lot with him in the lineup now. So all of that is good for you as a player, as your growth as a player and a person. So I'm looking forward to seeing, everybody's looking forward to seeing his growth and where he goes and where he takes the league. I think he's one of those guys that can push the game forward. So it's a great experience, another stepping stone for him.
Or if there is one.
No, once the game starts, it's like Kay said, it's just basketball. You kind of get lost in whatever the atmosphere of that particular game is and whatever the challenge is to win that particular game. The only thing you think about is just it's not 82 games and there's no pacing yourself. If you can't go 0-2 and be like, all right, we're good. We've learned the lessons and figure it out from there. Like it's a sprint. It's very March Madness kind of style. So just to be able to lock into every practice, not like we don't do that in the league, but every practice means something. Every exhibition game, like it was great that we went 5-0 and won a lot of different ways and tried to figure it out on the fly. So it's just everything's condensed, and that's the really only pressure you feel is including an exhibition, it's hopefully only 11 game journey, and you got to be able to adapt quickly. You got to be able to bring your egos of who we are as individual players, but also let them go, knowing it doesn't matter who's the man scoring that particular night. When you're on the floor, you're asked to do a certain thing and do it to the best of your ability, play with energy, and as Team USA, if we do that, usually good things happen. So just trying to lock into that and take advantage of every single day because it's important.
some of the things that she's been involved with in the last few days.
Very interesting time for our country for sure, and the fact that President Biden gave that endorsement, and Vice President Harris is trying to bring her energy to this campaign, and hopefully if she's on the ticket winning the election, like it's a big deal to say the least. And she represents the Bay Area. She's been a big supporter of us, and so I want to give that energy right back to her. And just excited knowing, obviously, we're representing our country here, and this is a very monumental next couple months for our country and the direction that we're headed. So hopefully this is a great way to do our part to continue unifying the country with how we, sports brings a lot of people together. And for her in this moment, knowing what's ahead, like it's all about positive energy and optimism, knowing how divided our country is right now. So just excited for the journey ahead for her.
And just a little word, you talk about Victor Wembanyama, and do you think Team France is a contender for the medal? Thank you.
Everybody's a contender. Everybody that's amongst the 12 teams here are here for a reason and believe that they can win. So we did a small detour in Lille yesterday and practiced at the arena. We'll play the first 3 games. I think the energy was solid. Didn't see much of the city because we came from London to Lille straight to here. We'll obviously go back before the game on Sunday, but hopefully we'll have a lot of success there and enjoy the energy up there for sure, and maybe learn a little bit about it as we go through the process. Right now, I don't know much.
We've been in the league for a long time, and we've seen every defense that's been created, I think, in this game. So it was all about just adapting to, with the game, how the game presents itself to you, And I think that's why we're here, because we have IQ for the game. We understand what it takes, and as versatile players, you can just lean on that to help you out throughout anything that's thrown at you. So I'm excited to see how these teams play us, and excited to see how we respond.
Can I ask why you smiled as well when I mentioned Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea's that's our girl.
Yeah,
she helped us out a lot while she was with the Warriors. So I hope she's doing well. I haven't talked to her in a minute. I hope she's doing well.
Everyone knows everyone in New Zealand.
Say what?
Everyone knows everyone in New Zealand.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone knows everyone in basketball too. Go up front here.
You're like a flight attendant giving you the exits over here in case you need it. Go down. Nobody's thinking about that. I do know how to swim, but everything's gonna go smooth. Everything's gonna go smooth.
But you are on you can't run anywhere.
Say what?
You are on a boat. You can't run anywhere.
You writing a story on that?
How about we all about positivity over here. We're gonna get on that boat, enjoy it, and we're gonna get right off.
Can I have one last question? How is it to be one of the biggest stars in the Olympics?
I don't know if we feel that way. It's like I get we're not staying in Olympic Village, and there's obviously a reason for that. But it just, I don't know. Kate, you probably speak on it better. But when you get I'm assuming when you get around the other athletes, it's like we're all representing our country, and the NBA stuff is a part of who we are, but it's not, doesn't make us any different, than the next guy or girl to our left or our right. We all got the same colors, the same outfits, the same letters across your chest. So I look forward to that bonding experience for sure, and kind of leaning into that energy, because it kind of keeps you grounded on why you're here, and just the opportunity to win a gold medal and the memories that we'll create doing that. So I don't think we approach it any different.
It's presumed to be it's not for guys like you.
I don't think we had a choice. I think it was always, ever since I've been playing here, we always stayed in a hotel. But like I said, we visited the village before and hung out there for a few hours, and so so no, I haven't gotten any bids since I've been doing this whole thing. But yeah, it should be fun going. I think we're going over there right before the ceremonies for a few hours, so we get to walk around and blend in and enjoy ourselves before the game start.
And just in terms of travelling over from London, you guys got the train, right? Was that a new experience for you guys, the Eurostar from St Pancras?
I've been on it before, and the only thing different, I was watching YouTube videos on how the tunnel was built. Just learning a little bit about the engineering behind it, so that was cool to kind of understand the history of it in 1988 when it was completed. And I saw the video where the tubes connected for the first time and they passed the flag through the hole and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. So, a little history lesson.
Okay, we'll go.
Outside of Team US, who do you think will be the biggest star of this basketball tournament?
The biggest
star?
Star?
Yeah.
What, individual player?
Yes.
Giannis maybe, Jokic.
We got some options.
Yeah. The game is global now, man. So all these guys are huge stars in their own ways, you know.
Did you see that thing where they said the Dream Team played against nine NBA players, like 60 something?
Yeah, we're playing against 65, 64 NBA players now, and you know, so they're all the best of the best in the world, you know. So
who are you looking forward to most to play against?
Whoever's in the gold medal game.
Great answer.
Thanks, guys.
On the team, and he singled out LeBron, but he said that I think people get fooled by the names on paper, and these comments made a splash. Have those comments been addressed at all, or talked about, or joked about? And then on a serious note, if they've only been joked about, what do you make of what he said? And being older players in this tournament, does that add like something for you guys to prove, or something along those lines?
What was the context of?
It was a wide-ranging interview, and then he says, you look at the talent the U.S. has, that there's equal talent on other teams, and the talent that's on the U.S. team, you also got to understand most of those guys are older. So LeBron now is not the LeBron that was a couple of years ago.
My first thing is there's too many podcasts out
I mean, we're all different as we get older, and you know. But the thing about greatness is that you adjust and find ways to continue to be effective, and that's what LeBron has done at that age. You know, he's not running and jumping the same way as he was when he was 25, 26 years old, but he's still jumping pretty high, you know, and running pretty fast. You know, so I think of course, we're older players and we got mileages on our body, but we figure out ways to be effective, just as Joe has, as he's gone through injuries and gone through his trials throughout the league as well, his obstacles throughout the league as well. You adjust and adapt. That's what makes you a great player. And you get up every day trying to figure out ways to affect the game and your teammates. So we didn't talk about these comments or bring them up. You know, it's like Steph says, a podcast out every hour. You know, you can't address and talk about everything that's being said about you. So you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, we rely on our younger teammates too. It's a five-man team, so we got to put it all together.
Okay.